Yeah, yeah. We coming through. You feel that?
From the hills and valleys rises a new voice from Northeast. Here we have with me Zoran Kima, born in Nizol and brought up in Shillong. From opportunities to platforms, there has been many privileges for the ones who were able to grab the platform. There are few generations from generations who have grown to understanding what hip hop is all about. Rap music, it is not just a culture. It is a bloodline to the few who are connectedly interacted with music. Introducing Kim the Beloved. Hello, Mr. Kim.
Yo, hello. What's good, everybody? I'm Kim the Beloved.
Tell us something about yourself.
Yeah, where do I start? Yeah, around these days, a lot of people know me as a rapper. And yeah, this is just my journey, about how I go about in life, and this is where I'm at the moment. So this is where I express myself at the moment, So just to oversimplify everything. Yeah.
So you did your school from Peters and you graduated from St. Anthony's. What got you to music?
Yeah, so basically, I was always a vivid listener towards music because I was a dancer. Started off dancing, then I went to college, and what happened was that the attendance was very strict, 70 to 80. If I didn't hit that point, I'd be expelled. So I was limited with my time of expression towards dance, and I had all this energy pent up, and I had to put it out either in a paper, and that's how all of this energy was brewing inside of me. I thought maybe since I don't really have that time to dance anymore, I put it on a piece of paper and express my anger, frustration, and my thought. And then I gave a try at this thing called rap, and did a bit of performance at college, and people thought I was really good at what I did. And yeah, what started out accidental, opened the door for me to where I'm at now, and then I'm signed to a label in Mumbai called Azadi Records. And
Azadi Records.
Yeah, Azadi Records. And yeah, that's my whole journey at the moment, you know what I mean?
From being a student from St. Peter's to a graduate from St. Anthony's, what has been your journey like?
Yeah, my whole journey has been some sort of accidental kind of thing, you know what I mean? And how I got into music. I mean, I was always a vivid listener towards music, but getting into the whole craft was something not too recent, just got into it just a few years ago. And yeah, college was very strict with attendance, and I was very constricted with and then I had a lot of this energy pent up. I used to be a dancer, a b-boy, and then what happened was that I had to put all of that energy on a piece of paper, accompanied by some sort of ambience music, to say the least. Yeah, and that's how the whole thing came into picture, you know what I mean? Sort of accident, and then people said I was pretty good. What started off as something just for funsies, it grew into something else, and now I'm signed to an independent label in Mumbai called Azadi Records.
Azadi Records.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at the moment.
That's pretty lovely. From being a student to attending classes that were very strict, to opening platforms, and accidentally writing poems turns into a rap song. What a lovely journey, Mr. Kim.
Yes.
My second question would be, did you ever imagine you would be a lifetime entertainer?
Never in my wildest thought, because I just wanted to live a simple life, Yeah, just live a life that's worth living, and everything just kind of, there's always that element of surprise that, comes about, and, I'm just within that, atmosphere, and I just express myself based on, I'm a sum of my experiences and inspiration. That's how, you know, everything came about, and that's where I'm
Right.
at. Yeah, so.
All right. So you mentioned something about b-boying. Have you ever performed in one of the platforms that represents your state or country?
Yeah,
as a
of
whole?
course. The first Red Bull BC one, I was one of the only b-boy from Northeast to be there.
And which year was this? Which year was this?
Damn, which year was this, man? 2015? No, 2000. I forgot.
All right. It was
Yeah.
one. Is it in between?
Yeah,
those years?
it was the first edition. It's one of the biggest breakdance platforms in the
Wow.
world. And yeah, but I was always peer pressured because my dad always expected me to go towards medical and all.
So it was a complete different, two different.
Yeah, I was always
professions.
at war with myself with education, academia, but I never kind of faltered with academia. I was balancing the two. So yeah, I think my whole life is all about that balance. You know what I mean? It's really hard to kind of please everybody, and I'm just going with the flow at the moment. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Understandable. So far, if I may, Mr. Kim,
Yeah.
how many hit tracks have you released? And may you please mention the numbers of viewers and numbers of subscriptions that you've received so far? By that, I also
Yeah.
mean I'm encountering support.
Yeah, like I said, I'm very new to this whole rap music thing, and I just started a year back.
Right.
A lot of these people who are currently, who are more prominent, they've
Okay.
been here for quite a while, 5, 6, 7, 10 years, and
Right.
I'm just a year in, and I'm trying to understand the whole industry, the whole atmosphere, the whole thing, and yeah, I've so far released 4 singles: Move, Gas That, Set It Off. And yeah, Set It Off has got a lot of traction and featured with Rebel. I got an award for Gas That by the Indian Music Diaries for Best Music Video Award. And yeah, I think things are going smooth, but yeah, it also takes a toll on me, a lot of burnout, because I'm not only making music now, I gotta think how I navigate through the music industry, and that takes a lot of thought and energy. And yeah, but so far so good, you know what I mean?
That's lovely. That's a great journey. It seems people from our country, from our state, they don't just need to have a certain platform for as long as they don't utilize their own talent. And here I see you have a very beautiful talent. You're empowering knowledge as long as different kind of opportunities. That's very great and lovely of you. My next question would be, have you ever been inspired by any of the family members or the relatives that has engaged you to get into this profession?
Oh, good question. Never really asked myself about that, because most of my inspiration always comes either from overseas or,
Right.
within the rap atmosphere. I would say Parte, because
Okay. May you please introduce to the crowd who's Parte?
It's my wife, Parte. She is also a singer, and yeah, we got a lot of
Great.
songs on the way as well. Hope you all.
So you mean in free time you both rap together?
Yeah, it was all
Wow.
about, because
That's
they were
lovely.
more of a music, or my dad used to also play the guitar, and but yeah, like I think me being a family member wise, yeah, not too many I can think of. But as a b-boy, I listen to a lot of hip hop and rap, and that's where most of my inspiration comes from, the music
Right.
that I was dancing to. So yeah, that's what I resonate to, and that's what I'm expressing myself. That's the vessel and platform I'm at,
All right. Mr. Kim, have you ever thought of collaborating a rap song with any of the singers from Aizol?
I just did just recently.
Wow, that's great. Can you name us?
Yeah, guys, go check out Aizol City in this bish.
Aizol City in this?
In this bish.
In his beige.
So yeah, I did a feature song with a local singer there called Sangte Kuptong.
All right.
And yeah, that's one of my first, like kind of
Collaboration.
like a bilingual track,
All right.
Mizo. And yeah, just experimenting with what I could do with my own mother tongue, and
What made you think to collaborate a song with him, and what was the song all about?
Yeah, so basically, I did Aizol City because not a lot of my audience knew that I was Mizo and I came from
All
Aizol.
right.
So this
Can you
was,
speak Mizo though?
Yeah, of course I can
That's
speak. Yeah. So yeah, so yeah, I think there was big, because like my top 10 listeners are not from Aizol, they're all from different regions of India. And then I'm like, yo, I think my people really don't know me, and so So I did that track. It's my whole criticism, my love and hate relationship with my city. How I feel like I always have this calling since I was born there. My identity, sort of, my ethnicity is, you know, it's rooted in that place. So I thought maybe I should have one song that kind of speaks about that, and that's how I went. And I had to, you know, I featured a muso artist as well, and that's how the whole, you know, the whole synopsis of the song is, you know. So yeah, it's just to give a shout out to my roots, where I belong. But I grew up in Shillong, so I had this whole diaspora perspective of what I think about my city, you know.
That's
so,
really great.
yeah.
I'm in love with the fact that you keep mentioning that you are from Shillong, representing the Aizawl, of course. Does Kim the Beloved have a team?
Yeah, I do have a small team, and it's always, you know, it's always changing, you know, based on what type of vision we want to put out, you know. So yeah, I would say we have a growing team, and you know, let's see where that goes as well, you know.
All right. To many people who does not understand music, hip hop, rap in particular, what would you share about these people who think rap music is stupid?
I mean,
Because I'm sure, just to clarify on this question, there are so many people who are unaware or who have less knowledge about what rapping music is all about.
yeah,
When, say, suppose I grew up listening to hip hop music.
Yeah.
I love Pac, I love 50 Cent, and I love many other artists, and
yeah.
Eminem being the main.
yeah,
So for us who understand hip hop, rap, we love what
Yeah.
you sing and you portray.
Yeah.
You personify each character in a
Yeah.
very beautiful ways. But for some people, they do not like to acknowledge rap as music.
yeah. I
Let's
mean,
start there.
rap, hip hop, rap, it's all a spectrum, you know. It can be stupid sometimes. Sometimes it can provoke a lot of
True.
train of thought. It can, you know, it does a lot of things, you know what I mean? But to generalize all of rap to just be stupid is a big misconception. And, you know, you gotta change your lens of how you kind of see things, because rap itself is a big spectrum, you know, and people express themselves based on the awareness and, you know, in the environment they grew up in, and that's like a vessel of how they express that, you know. So, you know, so you got to see beyond the misconception more than meets the eye, you know. I do believe that there are people that rap about really stupid things too. There's no denying that.
True.
But there are really, you know, because there's a lot of intelligent rappers as well, you know. And, you know, to dissect words, to kind of come up with layers and layers, and, you know, it takes a different type of frontal lobe to kind of come up with that, you know. And yeah, like I said, just as a spectrum, and, you know, just to generalize it as just stupid is kind of like a small view, you know.
So you're
And
also saying rap music is unique?
Yeah, it's unique. It's a wide spectrum, like I said, you know. It has its, you know, varieties of, you know, expressions, you know. You can put it in opera, you can put it in rock music, you can put it
Wow.
in blues, pop, you know, it kind of fits everywhere, you know. That's where it kind of blends itself, you know.
That's true.
And that's why I feel like hip hop is very prominent in this day and age as well, because of this flexibility and fluidity towards every genre as well, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's why rap will be relevant for a very long time, because it is, you know.
Lovely. That's a
Yeah.
beautiful definition of rap. If you look at this current generation in the society, within the state of Meghalaya in Shillong itself, if you have to rap on something that might somehow bring a change, what would that be? Can you somehow give us a glimpse on that?
I really don't know how far can one, you know, can raise a frequency of his voice to bring about physical change, because I'm really not about that business at the moment. But yeah, we do have these lines and verses that do talk about how we do really want to change certain things. But then we also come back to reality, and you know, like, you know, the practicality of how can I really do that with my words. And yeah, I think some people have done it. I don't know. To me, it's just a form of expression. Like I said, it's a vessel, it's a tool, and that's where, you know. And yeah, we have our own commentaries about the you know, society and religion and all of this, that, you know, political, geopolitical, you know, all these politics. But yeah, but these are just commentaries, you know, and yeah, like
I get it.
yeah.
Okay. If I may ask you, can a rap artist survive family?
Yeah, I mean, I would
Let's talk
say,
about in Shillong.
inshallah, it's a very slippery slope because some people have done it and some people are still struggling with it. And you gotta, you know, you gotta think your way through of how you can really sustain yourself with this. For me, I'd rather spread my lot in a sense. I cannot just give 100% towards hip hop. I have a lot of backup plans here, this, that.
Right.
And, you know, this is just one of the many things that I just love doing, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I've seen people buy houses, travel the world with this, buy expensive cars. So I can't deny that you can't make money with this because I've seen people make a ton of money out of
That's-
rap, you know, and you know, it's just, yeah, we're talking millionaires, you know, and there are people who are struggling, who are in the bottom, and you know, just, you know, struggling every day, you know, and you know, so it's like I said, to each his own, and how, you know, how luck kind of play, how the heavens play, you know how they play the cards with you, and yeah,
Right.
just gotta, yeah, I'm just going with the flow, you know.
That's great. I feel and I believe you are in a very tough journey right now, but I think you're almost there because
Yeah,
I feel like your songs are hitting the public views in, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, like normally, yeah. 3, 4, 5 years in, that's where you really know, like, you know, which direction a rapper is going.
So you're also saying it takes time.
It takes time, yeah. You need a minimum 5, 6, you know, years, because a lot of the big rappers now have been grinding for their whole life, you know. And then in the 5th, 6th year, they have this one song just blows up, and then
Right.
you know that's where, you know, that's where that gets them sorted. You know what I mean? And yeah, so yeah.
Rap music or rap songs, so to say, to many occasions for people with less knowledge about rap, they think that most of the lyrics or rhymes that's been spat by a rapper are usually something that identifies anger, pain, but not love. What would you say on that?
Nah, you'll find a lot of rap songs about love too. Like I said, it's a spectrum, you know. You'll find a rap song about any type of emotion. It's all out there. And yeah, I think, like I said, whoever thinks it's not about love as well has a very small frame of how they view things. And I hope they could widen that vision towards, you know, like I said, it's all black and white, you know. If you choose to see the black, choose to see the white, you can see a bit of, it's a spectrum, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So politically, I'll get you to one question. Being from Aizawl and grown up in Shillong,
Yeah.
would you somewhere think or imagine yourself to rap in to rap in your language and to rap in Khasi language?
I don't want to commit any type of culture inappropriation because I have to kind of, like I
Learn
said,
languages.
yeah, not only that, but also I rap based on the environment I grew up in.
Okay.
So I never grew up in a really Khasi household, or neither did I grow up in a fully Mizo environment as well. So that's
Okay.
that's the whole challenge of, you know, English is a more comfortable place because grew up in an English school, grew up talking in English in the
But
locality.
don't you think that may raise concerns to most of the locals living in Shillong?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get questioned regardless of what you do. Either
doubt.
yeah, you're gonna get questioned, but you also have to be honest with how you know, there has to be honesty and authenticity towards how you express. I grew up watching a lot of cartoons, video games, series, movies, so I rap based on that environment. I play character sometimes when I rap. I'm writing a story. Sometimes it can be fictional, sometimes it can be non-fictional, so you know, I can't rap on something I didn't grow up with, you know, in an environment. I can't talk about gang violence and all that because that never really happened around my
Right.
area. We have our own social problems, and or how I can rap about how I can rap in Kasi or Mizo and all of that, you know.
I get it.
Mizo because it's the lingo that I grew up in.
Okay.
But like I said, it's not something I'm gonna stick by because again, I didn't really grew up in Aizawl. I was just born there.
Right.
My whole 20 plus years was in Shillong, and I grew up around diversity. So when you grow up in diversity, the language that kind of bridges the best is English. So and that's the language I chose to rap in because when you grow up with Nepalis, Garos, Nagas, Khatris, Jaintia, all sorts of diversity, the only language that bridges through towards speaking with all of these tribes is English. So that's where I'm comfortable in, and that's where that's my forte towards how I want to
Without
speak.
discriminating any languages.
Yeah, of course, no doubt. You know, everyone's good at what they do. You know, so yeah, they express based on what lingo they grew up with, and yeah,
True.
nothing wrong with anything. You know?
All right. Lovely. That's beautiful of you to respect languages of being a rapper yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, if time and energy channelizes you, of course, someday you would,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right. As I've mentioned in the beginning of this interview,
Yeah.
there are so many local artists from our very own state, say you being one, Rebel, as you've mentioned,
Yeah.
from West Khasi Hills. There are many local rappers as well who does not seem to have a platform for them as of now.
Yeah.
If you have to promote them in one of these generations, upcoming generations, what would be the key factor of you thinking of uplifting rap culture in Shillong?
Yeah, I don't really have a blueprint because I'm not in their shoes, but I do feel like I think a lot of them are rapping in these platforms like Meghalaya grassroots projects.
Right.
I think these are, I won't say it's such a big stage, but these are small platforms that can really
Explore.
That's a very nice grassroots level of platform, of how they can build themselves. And also, you got to think of the reality.
True.
To kind of grasp your demographic, like your state is just Khasi, right? If you're rapping Khasi, that's just the demographic of your audience.
True.
But when you say English, again, it's a wider demographic. And when you rap again in Hindi, then that's still a very wide demographic. You're talking about millions, like 1 billion people, you
Right.
know? Whereas if you rap in Khasi, your demographic is just based on, so that's your audience,
Right.
And you gotta sink into reality as well of how you can cater to that audience as well, And like I said, like a lot of people, like English, it has a more impact towards how we can go regional and also go international. We've seen that with Hanumankind. We've seen that with other rappers as well that went global,
True.
From local, regional to global. But once you're only rapping in your regional dialect, as how far you can go just based on your demographic,
All right.
So that's where you got to play our cards right. And yeah, if I'm a really good Mizo rapper, Mizoram is where I'm at, and anywhere where Mizos are,
Right.
So that's my demographic and audience,
Great.
So my advice to people is just to play your card wisely, in which demographic and understand your audience and
Right.
some people do it just for themselves. That's also great. They rap just for the sake of just because they just want to express themselves. Not a lot of them do that for the audience. But those who are really out there trying to build a whole fan base and trying to get themselves towards that other regions, that's gotta think that through.
True. Were you ever been privileged to meet any of the rappers and thought maybe of what if you may collaborate with them?
Yeah, what? Coincidentally, I've met a lot of the big rappers in.
Okay, can you name us?
Yeah, I met Hanumankind, Senior Moth.
I love one of the Hanumankind's song. What was it?
Run
his-
It Up.
Run It Up, Run
or
It Up.
Dog. Big Dogs.
Big Dogs, yes.
Yeah,
That was
Big
his
Dogs.
latest hit,
Yeah,
I'm
Big
sure.
Dog. So he went global with that, and yeah, so that got him started. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he just had one song, and all of his songs blew.
Boom.
Before he barely made even 1 million streams, or
Right.
or views, He just had this one song that kind of just blew,
Right.
And yeah, so that's, you gotta let that factor play through. So yeah, I had the privilege of meeting them, and apparently he also listens to my songs. I was like, oh, you listen to my song? Damn. And then yes,
You're saying Hanuman Kind listens to your song?
yeah, he listens to my songs.
Listen up, everyone. Hanuman Kind, the Hanuman Kind is listening to Kim the Beloved's track. What are you waiting for? Go to Spotify right now and check Set It Off by Kim the Beloved featuring The Rebel. Carrying on.
Yeah, I met the CD Mod. CD Mod was a big culture shock for me because I didn't know how big they were in India.
All right.
And I have a song with them also.
Great.
I have a song with Calm, so he's a big rapper as well.
Lovely.
And yeah, I went to one of their live concerts and I didn't know how impactful they had the crowd moving,
Wow.
And every place they go, it's always kind of sold out or something, just to see the whole, how rap, once you kind of amplify that frequency and what
True.
it can do, that was also, that was a good experience as well,
Right.
So yeah, and yeah, like I said, I'm on my stepping stone, and hopefully I get to meet more rappers. I have a gig this 14th Spotify where a lot of the rappers are gonna come through again.
When is this?
It's in Mumbai.
All right.
October 16th, Spotify Rap 91. I'm also performing there.
Best
Rebel,
wishes.
Rebel also will be performing there, and
Great.
hopefully, we get to meet more people.
Uh-huh.
I'll be performing Rolling Loud as well. A lot of big names are coming down there as well. So hopefully, let's see, whatever doors that can open, just make the
Right.
best of that, and
As I've been talking to you from the beginning of this interview, I hear you have some sort of an accent. What is this accent? Can you please tell us?
What do you mean? What
I mean, you
got
somewhere
accent.
sound American. You somewhere sound African. You're interlinking both the dialects.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I grew up watching a lot of television, so
Great.
I just pick up whatever I could pick up, and a lot of these cursives. I think that's what they call it, a cursive,
No.
Yeah, watching cartoons, serials, movies. I was a big movie enthusiast, and you kind of make your own cursive out of that.
Right.
With also your local, you also have your own local, cursive.
Dialects.
And then so
All right.
that's just like I said. I'm a sum of my experiences, a sum of my inspiration. That's what Kim the Beloved is.
True.
Yeah.
When we talk about rap music, we're also talking about many hidden truths that's lying in and between the lyrics, the lyrical lines.
Yeah.
If we talk about the lyrics, lyrical line, if we look at the foreign countries, for them, they've normalized to use languages such as, if there are something that may instigate a society, a state, when it comes to vulgar slangs.
Yeah.
Some of the countries may have, normalized that. In a sense, when I say normalize, I mean they don't pay much attention to what the wording actually means, but they pay attention to what the sentence is trying to tell them. Whereas in Shillong, in our very own state, I believe we may not be so keen with that. So if you ever have to put this ahead forward, what would be your clarification to not bringing, to adding some certain words in your lines without getting comments from critiques in and around the state?
Everything is a slippery slope, you know what I mean? You got to be careful with everything you got to taste your words before you spit them out. That's something I always quote myself. Taste your words before you spit them out. Because, you'll always get criticism regardless of what you do. Either good, bad, criticism, you can't escape criticism. Yeah, and like I said, it's good to kind of put your words into layman terms as well, to be more comprehensible towards the general mass,
True.
And that itself takes a different type of intellect as well, to kind of summarize something complex into something simple, but you still see the depths in each sentence and each line,
Right.
So I try not to cuss in my songs at the most. If you think about most of my songs, I really don't. For the max of it, I don't cuss. I try not to because I know how the impact is. Children are listening. I have these 1-2 lines that you just can. You got the urge to just want to say those words. So
Right.
really can't. But for the max of it, I try not to cuss in my songs, and my label knows this as well. And I try to read around, read around the lines, and
Right.
and yeah, like I said, the words are powerful, they're impactful, and you got to be careful with what you put in a track or what you say in a line, and and
That's great.
it should be intentional. Some not too intentional, like I said, and yeah, it's all, yeah, that's just, we're just expressing ourselves,
Great. Cuss indicates slangs. Kim the Beloved just mentioned that he does not use slangs in his songs.
No,
I am sure.
Well,
All
I
right.
mean, yeah, not too much.
All right.
I do feel I have 2 or 3 words that I've,
The
for the
may-
most parts,
Right.
I don't cuss. Yeah.
All right. So that even then sounds great to me. And I'm sure to all the viewers and also to all the listeners who will be listening to Kim the Beloved. So thank you so much for that. And the very last question that I'd like to ask you, Mr. Zoran Kima.
Yeah.
What are your messages to all the local artists right there who's watching you right now?
Yeah, my message for everyone out there: have faith, love, and hope in your hearts. Always believe that, always hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and yeah, have faith in God. Make moral decisions. Don't make materialistic decisions. Not too much. And the world, as you see it, is more than meets the eye. Lot of it is eye candy, and you know what I mean. Go where the soul is at, and yeah, I think just to summarize the whole thing, yeah.
That's just great. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing us your journey.
Yeah.
And my best wishes to you and to your
Thank you.
future and for your upcoming events in Mumbai, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. All
Yeah.
right. To all the viewers who love hip hop, follow Kim the Beloved on Instagram for more views and for more feeds from his upcoming tracks. And do follow Spotify, Kim the Beloved, for his new upcoming records. And do go to YouTube to watch his new videos. Thank you so much. Keep watching DDK. This is Kaniwan Roy Diengo, your host for tonight.